Hi, my name is Mike Campbell. I'm the K-12 visual arts teacher and the service learning instructor for USD 511 in Attica, Kansas. Additionally, I do stagecraft for the plays and musicals, I sponsor the art club, and I do the building maintenance. After 8 years in the Army and 12 years in restaurant and retail management, teaching is essentially my third career. People look at me like I'm crazy when I tell them that I walked away from $50,000+ per year to earn $33,000 per year as a teacher, plus a mountain of student loan debt. But the only thing I liked about management was training new people, so it seems like a natural transition. Approaching the end of year 2 of teaching, I don't see myself ever retiring, and that's not just because student loans and poor teacher wages. This is the first time since I left the Army in 2001 that I've really enjoyed my job. My thoughts on reflective teaching are simple. Everybody should do it, and do it as often as needed. Essentially, with reflective teaching, we're self-evaluating. We're trying to determine which teaching practices that we use are working, and which situations that they work, what doesn't work, and why. We try to decide why it is or why it's not working, then we make the adjustments as needed. Personally, I try to reflect on every class at least once per week, sometimes more, and I'll make adjustments as needed. Sometimes I may do this in the middle of a lesson. I may change seating, I may just adjust presentation style, or I may just stop midway through a lesson and regroup. My service learning class and my elementary art classes are the ones that I reflect most in. My degree's in fine arts, so I'm more than capable of teaching the secondary students the skills they need and making it interesting and differentiating it for their different ability levels. But I only found out about the service learning class and the K-5 art classes days before, specifically 2 days before the start of school, both this year and last year. The service learning this year and the K-5 last year. Neither class had an established curriculum, so I had to rebuild that starting from scratch, build that starting from scratch. The entire first semester, I was reflecting on my lessons, my practices, scouring the web for new ideas and new sources almost daily. Additionally, in every class, I put out a survey to my students to measure how they think they're doing, how they think I'm doing, how they think the classes are going. I do that every semester, and I do it anonymously so that they're free to speak how they want to. The other thing that I do is I offer a pre-test and a post-test each semester with the information I'll teach for the year. I use the same test, I just kind of switch the order around and change a little bit of the wording, and I use that to determine if I'm getting through on a larger scale. And again, at the end of the year, I'll go through those surveys, I'll go through the pre-tests, their post-tests, and look at their different evaluations that they have throughout the year and try to decide what's working, what's not working. This year, at the end of the year, I weeded out 3 projects that I had last year that just didn't go over well, and then I added a few. And I'll do that again next year, and I'll keep doing that. I think it's working. This year's going so much more smoothly than last year did, and I like where it's going. Well, thank you, and I look forward to reading and hearing about what you guys are doing as well. Thanks.